Well, now we know what that nightingale might actually be used for. We might need the flute for the dwarves and the nightingale for Chalo? Or to reach Casima somehow, but for now, let's talk to this guy.
How fare you, merchant?
Sufficiently well, thank you, Alexander. My only wish is for more time to read.
Seems like you have nothing but time, Holmes. You could be reading right now. Alright, let's try giving him this sentence.
Merchant, would you be interested in this?
No, thank you. I deal only in books.
Can I write on this book?
It wouldn't be worthwhile to try and spice up the book by doing that.
I could then trade it to this guy, maybe, for his book game. It's worth a shot.
Alexander rests his feet for a moment. Alexander picks up and leafs idly through a book called The Changing Role of Court Entertainers Through the Ages. Well, that was refreshing.
I doubt there's anything new here.
There's a small table near the door that bears a sign. The sign has undergone a number of changes. It once read 10 pence, but that was crossed out and replaced with 5 pence, then 1 pence, then free. The sign currently reads, "Take one, please." The table is now empty.
Okay, empty. That's what I figured. Now, I don't doubt at some point we may need to come back and mess with these bookshelves. Maybe we'll get another book or something, so I'm going to keep that in mind. But for now, I don't believe that to be the case. There's no book we can get here that's going to be able to be given to this guy. You know, he's not going to take his own book, I don't think. I don't want to try everything. I want to try to solve these puzzles using logic. I don't just get to the point where I have to click on everything and try everything. I'm not opposed to that, but we'll only do that if we need to. The last thing I want to do, however, is look up a solution. So for now, we're going to wander around and see what we can do. Perhaps if we wait here for a little bit, this woman will come out and we can talk to her. In the meantime, maybe we can actually pick a flower now.
Alexander has not been invited to...
No. Okay.
Alexander can't see any way to hold a conversation with that.
I'll wait just a little bit longer. Alright, doesn't look like anything's happening right now. So we'll head out to the ferry. Ow, one of my cats is going crazy. My dog is just looking at me like, yo, let me outside the house. Okay, let's talk to this guy again.
Oh, it's you. Come on in.
It's music.
How goes it, Alexander?
Not too great, Holmes. I need guidance.
Tell me more about the ferry.
I remember when I used to ferry Queen Ilaria and Princess Casima themselves. There was no thought of danger back then. They used to go visiting to care for the needy and to keep up the friendly relations between the islands. I remember their last trip. Things had started getting nasty by then, and when they came back aboard, I gathered that the Queen and the Princess had been received a bit coldly. Princess Casima was such a pretty thing, and she was terribly upset. But who could be spreading these lies, she asked the Queen, but the Queen had no answer.
What do you do now that the ferry no longer operates?
Me? I'm out of a job. The job my ancestors have held for generations. I'm the only one trained to avoid the reef and the rocks. But that knowledge does me no good now.
Is there no other boat on the island? One that might be more seaworthy?
Boats don't last long on these shoals, as you may have found out if you got here by ship. You can be quite sure that this old ferry is, or was, the only craft on the island.
Tell me more about Princess Cassima.
Ah, such a beautiful child, and so pure of heart. Why, a contrary thought has never crossed her mind. Her mother was the same. The king and queen, they served the islands, not the other way around. Always thinking about the people. Ah, they are sorely missed.
What else can you tell me about the land?
Let's see. The Isle of Wonder's a lovely spot. A bit crazy, mind you. Gotta have a good sense of humor to enjoy a tour there.
What else can you tell me about the land?
The Isle of the Beast is pretty, but unfortunately, you can't get very far onto the island.
What else can you tell me about the land?
The inhabitants of the Isle of the Sacred Mountain are the most gorgeous creatures you'll ever see. If you ever get to see them, that is.
What else can you tell me about the land?
The Castle of the Crown sure is a beauty. She's the finest palace ever built, I'll warrant.
What else can you tell me about the land?
What else can you tell me about the land?
Some say that the land of the Green Isles is near the edge of the world, and that the deadly currents are a result of a magnetism that sucks life from this world to the next.
Wow.
Of course, that's just silly talk.
Sure.
What else can you tell me about the land?
Let's see. The Isle of Wonder's a lovely spot. A bit crazy, mind you. Gotta have a good sense.
Alright, so he's starting to loop back now. Not much useful information there, I don't believe. And I don't think we have anything we could give him. He might like a mint. I don't know why we'd give it
Would
to
you
him.
be at all interested in this?
Nah, what need is a poor dry dock ferryman for that?
Maybe
Well,
you're hungry?
Thanks again for your hospitality.
Maybe
You're always welcome, Alexander. Come
maybe
back
you want
anytime.
a tasty treat? Maybe? You got bad breath. Take a hint, dude. Alright, so I guess we can go to the Isle Sacred... The Isle of the Sacred Mountain, whatever it's called. But we will do that in the next video.